record on this computer. Okay. What is this in my hair? Okay. Alrighty. There's Elaine. Okay, they're coming. They're coming. Okay. Okay, I see you. I see you. I see you. I ain't liking this stuff in my hair though. In the world? I'm sorry, y'all. You know, we be courting and stuff, and we ain't got time to be having all this stuff in our hair. There we go. All right, now we look better. Now we look recording ready. Okay, now let's share our screen here. All right, all right. Well, welcome to what we call these on our Sunday evening is our Bliss Huddle. Our Bliss Huddle, yes, hey! Okay, so this is assuming that you've been working the program of the plus side of self-love, our 21-day online challenge to achieve bliss or to activate our bliss. Now, this is a quote I want you to remember. I want you to write it down, put it on your mirror. Put it on your mirror, put it on your mirror, put it on your bathroom mirror, put it in your room mirror. This quote right here, it says, "The ready woman is the essence of beauty, intelligence, and pride. She deserves love, honesty, and respect, and a strong king by her side." So I see y'all snapshot, and that's right. Whatever you got to do to get this quote and get it on your mirror. The ready woman is the essence of beauty, intelligence, and pride. She deserves love, honesty, and respect, and a strong king by her side. If you agree with that, put in the chat, "I am a ready woman." Put in the chat, "I am a ready woman." If you agree with that, put in the chat, "I am a ready woman." Yes, I want to see some ready women. Ready, 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 because y'all just went through a whole lot this last week. So I want to see who's ready. Who's ready, ready, ready? Okay, so I'm going to move to the next slide. All right, I see somebody is ready. Who said they're ready? This thing gets weird when I have the screen share on. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Let's see who said they was ready. All right, Treva, she ready. Treva be ready. Me and Treva, I feel like Treva, my shadow. I be seeing Treva everywhere. She be showing up. Treva and Elaine, they be showing up, showing up. Hey, that's right, a ready woman. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So here's our huddle outline. Let's see what just happened. I'm a ready woman. Yes, Elaine. Yes, yes, you are. So here's our huddle outline. This is what we're going to go over, and I'm going to try to do this in an hour or less. Healing your love wounds, being convinced, convicted, and committed. Our SAG, am I safe? Am I loved? Am I significant? And raise your vibe, habits, rituals, and balance. So this is what we're getting ready to go over. So before I start in, I want you to unmute yourself and just give me and give your goddess sisters in here, your ready women sisters in here, a little snapshot of what this first week in activating your bliss has done for you. What has it done for you? So maybe everybody can take no more than 2 minutes a piece, and let's just kind of go through week one. What did healing your love wounds, what did healing your personal wounds do for you this week? So go ahead and unmute yourself and let me hear it. What happened for you this week?
This is Treva.
Okay, Miss.
You know I was gonna have something to say, right?
Yes, Treva. Spill it. Spill the tea, Treva.
So let's keep it as short as possible. This week, going through this process this week, really changed how I view myself. Really gave me a more realistic view of how I view myself,
Mm,
and showed me what I need to change
mm,
about how I view myself, about how I talk to myself, how I treat myself.
mm. Well, Treva, I'm nosy. How were you viewing yourself, and how were you talking to yourself, and how were you treating yourself, honey? I am nosy. And these ladies trying to act like they not, but they are too. We want the full tea. You got 2 minutes. Go ahead. Well, now you already used 30 seconds, so you got a minute and a half. What were
I've
you
always
doing?
been the kind of person that's like an all or nothing kind of person. Like I need to do it all right now, or I'm not doing it at all. And I've always been the kind of person that used negative reinforcement to motivate myself.
Mm,
Like, what is wrong with you? You need to get on top of this. You know you can do this. Just do it. Instead of
mm,
loving myself into the space to do things in peace and ease.
yeah,
Instead of doing it out of pain and out of um, just being mean to myself.
right. So you felt that in order to get something done, you had to use pain and anger, or pain and hurt, and pain and being rough with
Basically
yourself,
beating myself up. Yeah.
beating yourself up. And I don't know who I was talking to. Who was, oh, I know who it was Monica. We had a one-on-one, and Monica said none of us think that we would hurt ourselves. Like, that doesn't make sense for us to like hurt ourselves. But
Mm-hmm.
literally, we do it almost every day when we're not conscious. That's what we're doing. And then we wonder why other people hurt us, or leave us hanging, and leave us disappointed, or shock the hell out of us,
Yep.
disrupt our lives. Because we are masters at hurting ourselves, even though we don't even think that's what we're doing, but we are. So you were motivated by pain, and so was I.
Yeah.
I was so motivated by pain. And hopefully, what happens this week is we learn to be motivated by pleasure. How does
Oh,
that
okay.
sound?
Amazing.
Yes, 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 yes.
I don't quite know what that looks like yet, but I'm excited to find
Oh,
out.
honey, don't worry. I got you, sweetie.
Good.
Don't worry. Woo! Who else? Thank you for being vulnerable and bold enough and ready, woman enough to share, Tree. But thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Who else wants to share what this week has done for
Um,
them?
I'll share. I am Nicole. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Nicole.
Um, hey, so this week has kicked my butt, I will say. Because even though I know my wound, I thought like, I've gone to therapy, I worked through it, I've forgiven all these people, but then there was like life after therapy. It was like still, operating and still running my life. And so to sit with it and take a look at it again, to feel it open, that has been a lot. So, yeah, week one, and I'm already like, what the fuck? Literally. So, but I'm in it. I'm in it. I'm here. I'm motivated. But yeah, this has been deep.
Wow. Okay. So again, I'm nosy as hell. Life after therapy. What the hell? Give us a little snapshot. You still got about 60 seconds. What was going on that made you be like, what the hell? Like, what did you see?
Um, because I realized at the time, right, like I wasn't trying to be like in a loving relationship. And so knowing that like your wound can resurface when you're attempting to be in an adult loving relationship. And so not knowing that that was still the same trauma that was playing itself out, and not knowing like I had to always be vigilant of that was just like, oh, mind boggling. So
Okay.
yeah,
So
that part.
you were repelling love.
Yeah, basically.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. I am there and working myself out of that, as we know. Yes.
Yes.
Repelling what you said you've always wanted, and realizing, damn, Nicole and I are coming up with can I share, Nicole?
Yeah, I don't care what you share, girl.
Oh, okay. Nicole and I, Nicole is one of our life coaches. She's also a therapist, has her own practice. But Nicole is one of our life coaches in the matchmaking agency and Plus Side of Love. And so she and I are always like trying to come up with the content to work with the private clients and you know, just get our systems clear on how we want to work with the clients and stuff. So in doing that, we kind of piggyback and work our own shit out with each other. And so out of working our own shit out, we came up that we're going to launch a new podcast in the near future called I Was the Asshole. No, it's when you're the asshole, right? When you're the asshole. So we are launching a podcast called When You're the Asshole. So yes, those who repel love and think they got their shit all together and it ain't even together, that you're the asshole. So we are launching a podcast all about when you're the asshole.
Yeah.
Or Lisa said, awesome. I think we got our first fan.
Yeah, because you don't realize it. You
Yes,
forget.
when you're the asshole, okay?
And be like, everybody has like failed you, and it's like, oh no, you did some shit, girl.
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh.
You are. So I'm excited about that coming up as well. Thank you for sharing, Nicole. Is there anyone else? We can take one or two more before we get moving. What did this first week do for you?
It's Orlethea. I'll go ahead and chime in. Well, you already know how the wounds went because I posted that in the Facebook chat. So that was quite interesting. But I am at a block though with the chakras and the whole forgiveness portion. And
Okay.
it's mostly, and I know it's mostly because I'm stubborn. That's all it has to do with.
Okay.
And I know that's what it is, and I recognize that in me. And I will forgive those. And it's mostly, it was like my old coworkers and my old boss. Like it just really upset me to my soul, some of the stuff they did. And I'm like, I ain't ready to forgive yet. Okay. But I know I need to. So that's the one part of this that's blocking me with the chakras. And when we were going through the chakras, it's interesting because I actually had a woman a long time ago. She just kept staring at me and she was just like, you know, you could really go far and do a lot if you balance your chakras. Mm-hmm. And it was out the blue. I didn't know this lady. She just kept staring at me. I was pumping gas. I got out my car to go put money in. She was staring at me. I went back and she just staring at me. And then she finally opened her mouth and said something. And I was just like, okay. And she was like, you know, I have a car. I done lost the car since then. But she was like, you know, if you ever ready to handle that, you know, give me a call. I can help you with that. So I thought it was kind of interesting that I'm looking at the whole forgiveness thing. And then I'm reading about the chakras and balancing all of that. Everything, it all comes together to complete the whole spirit. Because like you keep saying, the energy is transferred.
Yes.
And we get what we put out. Mm-hmm. And we receive what we put out. Mm-hmm. So what we ask for, our spirit is what's inclined to give back to us. Mm-hmm. So it all comes full circle. And I get that. I understand that. And I get through this whole little forgiveness thing before we get to the end of this week. But I just need to wallow in that a little bit more.
Okay. So let me ask you a mind-boggling question. So here's the thing. You don't need to forgive. It's not a need. You want to forgive. And the difference is a need means, you know, your life depends on it and it just has to happen. But a want is a woman who understands that all that did was push her, even though it was painful, but it pushed you into whatever next level you needed to go in. That's and true. For that, you need to be grateful. Okay. Because there's two things that push us into alignment, pain or pleasure. You choose the pain route because of the disposition, the personality, how you perceive the world. But this whole week was learning how to let that go because that's not getting you where you are. Because if it is, you wouldn't donate a $21 to my household, right? Or 37, whichever program you came in through. Right. So you had to donate to my household because that's not getting you where you want to be. So you need to get out of the need and into the want. I want to be a light. And when you do not forgive, what you're saying is, first of all, God, you must have made a mistake. I'm not, I must be not worthy. And I must be so bad that these people had to hurt me. No, it was your blueprint. Your blueprint taught them what to do. And because you were probably somewhere longer than you needed to be.
Oh, that is exactly it. I was there longer than I needed to be.
So how dare you hold them accountable for your misconduct of you?
True.
So you want to forgive them because you need to get to your next level, and you cannot afford to, because we're getting ready to start balancing. You won't be able to balance holding on to blaming somebody, blaming and shaming somebody else for something that you were not being bold enough to make a bold move to do.
Okay.
How does that feel?
A lot better.
Everything is about perception. Everything is, how do you perceive what just happened? And that's what moving into a ready woman, and see a little girl like, she took my bike and I ain't speaking to her. And Josie and Tina, y'all better not speak to her either because she took my bike. Well, that's the little girl being a victim. Somebody did something to her. But the ready woman says, okay, how did she get my bike in the first place? Did I not put it where my mama told me I needed to put it? And okay, she took the bike, but here are some other odds. I could go to her house with my mom and tell her they took my bike and I would like it back. A woman uses wisdom. Because every time you think you are being mean and hurtful to somebody else, all you're doing is throwing all that karma back to you. Because you're the creator, you're the co-creator. And it's important to move, in order to move forward, you got to respond and not react. That's a reaction. Little girls react. Hit me, I'm hitting your ass back. You hit me, I'm going to respond. I'm going to think about why you just did this. I'm going to think about what are my top options that I need to take. You know what? I don't feel like messing up my hair and my nails, so I'm just going to go ahead and file a police report and then a restraining order. A woman uses wisdom. And that's what we got to do. The wiser you are, the more you get. And the more you get with ease. The more you see, when you're unforgiveness, it's like your portals. Let's go back to the chakras, your portals. Those are your portals, your energy portals. When they're open, it just means you are open to moving forward or going back. It just means you're open. When they're active, when they're high active, it means you are open to receiving and you're giving. You're doing this cycle right here. And it makes it much more easy for when you speak something that you want for it to come to you, because there's nothing blocking it. But when you have unforgiveness and you have all these mindsets and wounds, they close and sometimes they drain you. And that's why it's so hard to get what you really want when you want it, because you're blocked and you're negative. You have nothing there. So for you moving forward, you got to unblock, release, let that shit go. But let it go not because you need to, it's because you want to, because you're a ready woman now. And you know that pushed you right where you needed to be, because you were staying somewhere. It's like that baby, you carrying a baby and you're 10 months pregnant. That doesn't even make sense. They're not going to let that happen. They're going to get that baby out of there. And when we stay somewhere too long, that's what happens. We create chaos. We create opportunities for cardiac arrest. You need CPR. And sometimes that CPR is the boss and the friends and the coworkers dogging us out because they realize you're not even in the right place. Whether mentally, spiritually, emotionally, or physically, you're not in the right place. All right?
All right.
All right. So that's it. After tonight, we got to let that shit go. And you better be taking that bath, because day 6 was bathing and putting flowers all over you and stuff. Okay. So did anybody else want to share before we move on? Thank you, Arletha.
You're welcome.
Elaine, I see your mouth moving. You talking to somebody? can't hear you. Are you trying to talk to us? Oh, it says connected to audio. I can't hear you yet. It says connecting to audio. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let me unmute you. There you go. Go ahead, Elaine.
Okay. All right. So can you hear me this way? Can you hear me, guys? You can hear me?
Really
Okay.
good.
So one of the things that I learned was that it's been difficult for me to forgive myself for choosing men that weren't good for me.
Mhm.
No one beat me, abused me, or did anything like that. Hold on. Let me see which way. Can you guys hear me from the computer? Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
All right. I was verbing. Forgiving myself, and I'm kind of hard on myself, not saying I'm stupid or silly or anything like that, but it's kind of like, why didn't I see the signs? You know, I'm sure most women on here are professional women. We probably are very good in our professional life. But when it comes to our love life, you know, I believe in, if I'm going to love you, I'm going to love you with my whole heart. I'm going to give you everything. But I let someone that wasn't worthy of that. And I'm kicking myself. Why didn't I see it? How did I not see it? How did I miss this? So that's what the wound was for me. Is letting, there was no way that I could have known. There was no way that I could have known.
Right.
And I got to be okay with there's no way that I could have known. There just was no way that I could have known. And I tied up a year into something of my life. So that was my wound. And it kind of, and I think I put it in there, kind of hurt saying that, like, how did I let this person get this close to me? How did I let this happen? But there was no way that I could know. So I need to stop beating myself up over that. There was no way.
Right.
So that was my wound,
Right.
is that I didn't catch it and I gave all of me to someone that really didn't deserve it. So that was it.
Okay. So let me say this to you, Elaine. So we're going to be transparent, and let's just say this. When you started the program a few years back, what happened was, here's what happens, okay? And I'm just telling everybody this. Here's what happens, not just to Elaine, but there are other clients that have done the same thing and then they come back. Here's what happens. When you come to me, sometimes you're in intensive care. And then I get you out of intensive care and move you to a regular room, and you start seeing stuff happening for you. So you feel better, and then you check yourself out the hospital without the doctor's orders. And so you miss a whole lot of stuff because you feel better, right? When we feel better, like me, when I was on depression pills forever, I would feel better. You know, when you're on them for so long, you feel better. Then you just stop taking them. Then all of a sudden, 3-4 months later, you start crashing and doing down. You're like, well, damn, I thought I was healed. No, you were healed because you were on the damn pills. But when you get off the pills, it's a slow decline. And then you be like, why did I notice that? Because you are in it. You're in it, right? And you don't have the skill. You didn't go through like you were in your regular room, but you didn't go to occupational therapy. You didn't get released properly. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't have follow-up properly. So that's what happened. So no, you cannot blame yourself, because that's just like saying, my daughter is 10 years old and she didn't do well on the SAT. Are you fucking kidding me? The SAT is for people getting ready for college. She's 10 years old. Why are you beating her up? Because she didn't pass the SAT. She has not gotten to that level yet.
That's right.
So you cannot beat yourself up for what you didn't know. But here's the thing. Pain puts you where? To your safety place, your back. You see what it does? So you can't beat yourself up, because clearly you realized something was off. And you said, you know what? It's time to go back. It's time to go back, and let me get these steps down again. that is beautiful, even though pain pushed you there. But now we're going to learn to, follow it all the way out and actually graduate. And then that way, you know what I'm saying, you will know. You won't have like a lot of my clients are now coaches in my business now because they went rogue. I call them the rogue ones. They went rogue, but then when they came back, they got it. They was like, oh shit, I gotta follow this all the way out. And now they be teaching me. I'll be like, yeah, girl, that's what you did. Oh, okay, let me try that. So you are fine. You are right where you need to be. It's just pain pushed you here. And we don't want pain to push you nowhere anymore. We want it to be about pleasure and living that blissful, beautiful life.
Okay.
Is that good? You feel better?
That's great.
No more beating yourself up. No 10-year-old didn't pass the SAT. Just think of that when I said that. That sounds crazy.
That sounds crazy.
That sounds real crazy. Stop beating that 10-year-old up because she didn't do good on the SAT.
You're right.
She only got to the 5th grade. She ain't supposed to do good. She still can't even read and comprehend right. Does that make sense for all of you who beat yourself up? Does that make sense? All right. Thank you for being vulnerable and wanting to share. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's why I'm here. Like I was telling the people on the webinar the other day, I'm like the love whisperer. I just, like the lady that was able to see her chakras. I'm an empath, so I can feel stuff. But it's like when it comes to this stuff, I don't know how God baptized me into this. I have no idea because I struggled with love my entire life. But this is my gift. This is my calling. So this is where I stand. This is my pulpit. And this is what I preach. And I try to live it to the best of my ability. All right. And I pull you guys along because I want y'all to have what I had. Because my anniversary yesterday was so beautiful. I was telling Nicole, me and the nigga was both crying. We was like, I was crying like a celebrity. I was going, because I was looking like Janet Jackson yesterday. And he was like looking away because his little tear was rolling down his eye. I was just like, we just two soppy ass people. But that's what love does. And I want y'all to get that so bad. So bad. So bad. It's so much to share. So much love out there. And that man, that partner is waiting on you. He's just waiting on you for y'all to be on the same level. That's why I send that soulmate prayer out, that soulmate meditation for you to really get that. You guys are being prepared at the same time. The same time, but just go all the way through and graduate. That's all I got to say, graduate. Don't be a dropout. For all of you, don't be a dropout. Dropouts you make it harder. You make it harder because now you got to go back and repeat. Don't be a dropout. That's all I'm going to say. All right, everybody good? All right, beautiful. So let's go ahead and mute. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so let's just do a quick recap. So here's the thing, and we kind of covered this, your healing work, your love wounds. So let's just kind of break it down a little bit more so that you don't ever go back. They always say education is power, but it's really using the education that's power. Knowing is nothing, but it's being able to use it and get it and really understand so that you don't go back, okay, to your old ways. So they always say, now we are smart, Black, strong women. Let's just put that out there. We are all vocal, strong, and Black women right here today. And so I consider us as doctors because we know it all. We ain't shit you can't tell us. We already know it all, right? And so they always say that the doctors are the worst patients. Is that right? We are the worst damn patients ever. So we can't be like that. A ready woman is like that. She uses wisdom. Remember your virtues. It's wisdom, it's kindness, it's love, it's patience. If what you're thinking about, what you're doing, what you're about to do, if it's not about love, wisdom, kindness, or patience, those are your virtues. Those are your commandments. You cannot do it. It's just that, or it's going to set you back. What it'll do is summons the old wounds. And now here's the thing. Wounds are there as a reminder. It's a reminder to not go back. But here's what happens when you go back. When you summons those wounds, when you start acting all ugly and crazy and all of that stuff, those wounds, and it's scriptural as well, those wounds will be stronger than the ones you dealt with. Does that make sense? Those wounds, if you resummons those wounds, they'll take you further than you wanted to go, keep you longer than you want to be kept. And you talking about feeling bad and shame now, whoo, they will do a number on you and your self-esteem. So don't go back, because when you go back, those wounds are hard to handle. And I've had clients that will go back, they would do wonderful work with me, and then one thing happened, and then they didn't take the time to respond, and they're a ready woman, and they respond with reaction, busting out busting out windows and flattening tires and stuff. Now they in trouble with the law. Now they got to spend all this money. Plus they lost the man. Plus, it's just too much. Don't go back. And now I'm talking about intelligent, smart, A-type women running a multi-million-dollar organization. These was my clients in Hollywood, in California. I see the chat. Let's see. I want to be cognizant. Probably like popping stitches and reopening a wound. Yes. Who said that? Orlethea, yes. The wound is there. Like I have, let me see. One from like when I was trying to do the little suicide thing. That wound is 1,000,000 years old, but it's there as a reminder. When I look at it, I'll be like, that stupid girl tried to kill herself. You know what I'm saying? It's there. You know what I'm saying? But say I did something crazy and I accidentally cut again. Now it's probably going to be worse and it won't heal right, keloid, all that crap. So you got to be careful. The wound is there as a reminder. It's there as a reminder. I know Paul said, he had this, some people say it was an illness, but it was something he asked God to take away, but God said, my grace is sufficient. And so he wouldn't take it away. So here's the thing. You are healed. You don't have the wound. It's not active, okay? But what happens is when you don't make a choice, so let's look at these choices here. When you don't make a choice to be convinced, convicted, or committed, right? So when we were talking to Orletha, she wasn't really convinced or convicted, nor was she really committed to saying, you know what, I need to let this, I want to let this go. She wasn't there yet. So what happens? The wound pops back. The wound gets stronger. It gets worse. It has a tighter hold on her. So you have to be convinced, convicted, and committed to healing your wound. Let it fully heal, okay? The next thing you need to do is really, really hone on, and this is what we worked on this week, why we do what we do when we do it. Why do we do what we do when we do it? We've been on autopilot for so long, and we talked about rebooting our system. You cannot just be doing stuff. You got to ask yourself, this is how you conscious, this is how you summon the ready woman. This is how you make sure you're in your full bliss, your full glory. Because you're doing it with, remember I told you I'm teaching you to write with your left hand. See, the way you've been writing, you would just do stuff. You would say, I feel like doing this today, or I feel like doing that today, or I feel like calling him. I'm going to try to get him back, or I'm going to try to do this, or I'm rude, mean, stupid. I should have been able to do this better, or whatever. That's the right hand. It's an autopilot. But the ready woman, she stopped. She said, hey, wait. Why am I doing this? What am I doing? And when am I doing it? Even when you get ready to go eat something, you just had dinner and then you still want the munchies. Like I had to figure this out for myself. I would cook a good dinner, be full to the point where I done went to sleep full, and then wake up and be like, I need something to munch on. Why the hell you need something to munch on? You just had a big dinner. The reason was I had to get in tune with myself. The ready woman said, okay, why are you doing this? When are you doing this? Oh, you a little bored and you haven't had no green vegetables in a long time. Then I go in there and make me a pot of greens. And after I eat that pot of greens, girl ain't munching on nothing. And I just start reading a book or, binge watch something or whatever. And now it's subtle. That munchy feeling that I thought was wanting. But that's the difference between the girl and the ready woman. Okay? All right. Number 3, we have to understand we have biases and our brain filters things. So if you are usually to filtering thing on the offense, or, you get defensive about stuff, You got to learn to filter it differently. That's why it's called be quiet. Quiet down, be still, and make your brain filter it an opposite way or a different way. Look for alternatives, okay? Now, all of this is going to seem like, damn, I can't do all of that. You can. It just requires time. It's just like when you're watching a baby learn from crawling to learning how to walk. They wobble a little bit with it. They're contemplating taking that next step, and then they got to take another big step, and then they wobble a little bit. But after a while, they're walking around like you and I because they keep doing it, and that's what happens. Once you keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, you'll know how to switch over to your left brain versus right brain, or whatever hand you write with. You'll learn how to switch over because you'll be like, wait a minute, or your brain will go into autopilot in doing your virtues, being in your virtues, okay? So understand that everything is a filtering system, but you got to do it automatically until it becomes systematic for you, a habit, okay? Number 4, here's what you need to understand. You duplicate what you hear, what you feel, and what you see. And that duplication came from a blueprint that happened before you were 5 years old. From the time you were born, maybe even in the womb, it happened before you were 5 years old. So whatever you were feeling, I remember when I was pregnant with Islamia, my last daughter, my first lady, I used to stay so depressed all the time and so funky and just irritable. And she was just like, listen, she said, you need to get yourself together. You don't want that baby coming here nervous and with some kind of health problems, because you're always sending nervous, angry signals to your womb. You got to stop that. And that's when it became clear to me that possibly my mama was always anxious and nervous and mad and angry and all of that stuff. So it probably was passed down. So you duplicate what you feel, even though those feelings don't feel good, but they're familiar. So you're going to find opportunities to duplicate what you feel, what you see, and what you heard from your first 5 years of life, how you perceive stuff. So that's your blueprint. So that can't be your blueprint. In order to have a new blueprint, you have to be like an architect. You have to sit down with a piece of paper, a pen, and draw it out how you want the new structure to go. And this activating your bliss is the new structure of drawing out who you are as a ready woman. And remember, a ready woman is a woman who masters her life, including love. Okay? So that's what we're doing now. All right? So that was the whole filtering system, all of that stuff. So now, what interrupts us? We're moving along in life and we're trying to do good and be good. And then something happens, trauma. Trauma disrupts our life. Trauma, whether emotionally or about security, it emotionally or security wise disrupts our life. Like when we talk about our parents getting a divorce or being molested at a certain age, or maybe a teacher says something disrespectful to you, or whatever, somebody died, or, whatever, trauma disrupts your life. And so now you're trying to figure out, what does this mean and what do I do with it? And because we perceive the trauma as something that has to do with us. So for an example, the other day I was talking to, I think it was Monica again in her session, and Monica kept saying she was angry at her dad, even though in her high school years he started to get it together, but there was a block of time he wasn't there. And every time he said he was going to come, he didn't show up. So her perception was he didn't love her, that she didn't matter. And so I had to challenge her, and I said, who told you that? Who told you that? And she had to think. She said, well, that's how I felt. That's how you felt, but did that mean it was real? Now, what if when he was coming, he told your mom that he couldn't come because a tire was busted? Or what if he told your mom he wanted to come, but she said something like what my mom would do? It wasn't until I got older I found out a lot of stuff what my mom was doing. My mom would say, you can't come and see him if you don't give me no money. So yes, I just talked to my dad on the phone and he said, I'm coming. But between him coming and what adults do, you don't know. You didn't get the whole story. So how can you place blame and create a perception based on not having the whole story? And that's what we do. And we always make it about us. Our narcissism shoots up. We think everything is about us. Maybe the man got sick. Maybe his wife said, no, you can't go get them kids. I don't want them in my house. It don't have nothing to do with you. That's old people, adults, needing to handle adult things and they didn't handle it right. Why does that have to do anything with you? That's narcissism. It ain't about you. It was about them. But what it did through pain is it pushed you to want to take care of yourself. And that's how you have to look at it. You got to look at all your trauma and look at it differently. Who said it is what you said it is, and it was about you? Who said that? Who told you that? It's like in the Bible when Adam and Eve did what they wasn't supposed to do, and then they start trying to hide themselves, and they was naked, but then they start putting on the fig leaves and all of that stuff, and God was like, Adam, where are you? Where are you? And he was just like, I'm hiding because I'm naked. And he was like, who told you that? Who told you you was naked? So you see how we got to learn to shift our perceptions on how we view what we think happened to us. And this is the only time I'm going to say that. You ain't that special. You ain't that special. It wasn't about you. That's the only time I'm going to tell you this. When it comes to your trauma, you ain't that special. It wasn't about you. But it did push you through pain to get to your next destination. And for that, you have to share gratitude. When that man left me, when I thought we were together for the weekend, and I thought that was my soulmate, I didn't have no boundaries. I didn't even know that a man is supposed to ask you to be his girl. I thought it was implied. I didn't know shit. I just thought I had a man. He flew all the way from New York for this pussy, okay? And I thought I was the shit. But I didn't have nothing to back it up except for my feeling. My feeling. My feeling taught me that he paid attention to me, and he spent money to come all the way from New York to fuck me. And then I never saw him again. It wasn't about me. It was about his bullshit. But what it drove me to do was look at what I can do to really find real love. And now I have a business. It's my life calling. Do you see? I could have killed myself and died thinking in my narcissistic ways that he did this to me. No, that was about him, his inability to commit, his inability to, know what he wanted or whatever was going through his head. Or maybe he was already married. I don't know. But that was about him. It had nothing to do with me. I'm so narcissistic. I thought it was about me. He didn't like me. Maybe my pussy wasn't good. It wasn't about you, baby. But because it was painful, it made you turn into a ready woman and look for an alternative to what you can do so that it doesn't happen again. All right? I wasn't that special. I wasn't that special. All right? So trauma, let's see what's going on in the chat. This is freaking awesome. I'm late. Elaine, that was good. Oh, Tasha said intention. It reminded me of, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back. It reminded me of a scripture that talked about a demon being exorcised and comes back. Yes, that's what the demon is. Yes, that's why I told you guys. Listen, I was born and raised Christian, but I'm more spiritual now. But I look at the Bible as principles, and it's like a cause and effect. It tells you, when you do this, what's going to happen? They're principles. They're life principles. Are you going to save this? Yes, it's being recorded. I pray. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Is it being recorded, y'all? Did I hit recording? Okay. Itasha said yes. Oh, thank you, Jesus, because I didn't even see it. I was like, oh, Lord, am I recording this? Okay, yes, it's recording. It's recording. Let's see. Yes. All right. Beautiful. They said it's recording. All right. So let's keep going. So then not only do you have trauma, but you also have family trauma. So what is family trauma? That's hidden stuff that goes on in your family that nobody like to talk about, or they get uncomfortable talking about it, or you know what I'm saying, or they make a big deal out of it, and because they mad, then you got to be mad too. You got family trauma you got to deal with. Plus, you got your family beliefs. You know what was passed down to you. My mama told me don't get a man until I could fully take care of myself. That's because mama felt like she couldn't take care of herself, and the man was running roughshod all over her. So she didn't want you to have the same problem. But what she was doing was passing down her fears. She was making decisions for you, thinking that you were going to be like her and make decisions like her. So you got those family beliefs to deal with. And then not only that, you have your social surroundings, you and your girlfriends, you and your co-workers. You got their beliefs you think dealing with and their traumas that you're dealing with. Then you have culture wounds. Your size. What's our culture? We're plus size, curvy and plus size girls. We have culture wounds. We have race wounds. What do they tell us? There ain't a lot of black men for us out here. They this, they that, they in jail, they homosexuals, they whatever. There ain't enough love out here is what they telling us black women. We need to go and marry this person and that person, a pink person, a green person. You marry whoever love is. I truly believe love is love, but I'm just saying they scare us into this stuff. So we got society beliefs. Then we have gender beliefs. You a woman, so you need to do this, and you need to back up, and you need to. You got to look a certain way. You got to look like Nicki Minaj. You got to look like Beyonce. Well, Beyonce's husband was cheating on her too. So what's the excuse? Okay, I mean Beyonce is Queen Bee, but Jay-Z somebody was out there sleeping with Beyonce man. So what that got to do with the price of tea in China? Then you got education qualms. You know, I gotta have a man that got a master's degree. I gotta have a man that have this and PhD, and I'm educated, and I can't be with no uneducated man, and this, that, and that. I have to tell y'all, my husband, he graduated from high school, and he got a certificate. I have a master's degree. He got a certificate in computer something. He's a graphic artist. He's an IT guy. He know how to rip computers apart, put them together, something like that. Okay, I don't have all those quorums, okay? But that's what they taught us, and I thought I was settling because the man don't have a degree. Damn. You imagine I could have missed this man if, because folks told me, my society told me that he needs to, whatever level degree you have, he got to have it too. What? Then you got religious quorums. Girl, when I tell y'all I'm a black cat, or what they used to call us, the black sheep of the family, honey, religious quorums. You a Christian, and if you dare with somebody that ain't a Christian, you unequally yoked. That ain't even what that means. I'm a Christian, a spiritual person, or something. I don't even know what I am these days. But my husband is a Muslim. And we do just fine. We do just fine. I was just on, what was her name? Tamron Hall show, talking about that in December for Christmas. How do we celebrate? And it was funny. I had the audience laughing because Tamron was like, your husband go to church with you? I said, yeah, sometimes he be telling me to get up, let's go. And then she said, but you don't go to the mosque with him? I said, no, I'm not covering up all this beauty. Ain't nobody got time for all this. Too many rules and regulations. I got to sit on one side, cover myself up. I ain't doing all that. And the whole audience just cracked up laughing. It's a joke, but really, you know, I said, we don't have no problems. If he wants me to go to the mosque, I'll go. But he don't ask. So I'm like, oh, okay. But through Ramadan and stuff like that, I try to encourage him, and I try to sometimes, you know, do the fast with him. Sometimes I can't make it till 12 o'clock. I'm like, babe, he'd be like, you did the best you can. Shit, that's the best I can do. I can't do that all day fast and stuff like him. He'll get skinny and he be just, I'll be like, oh, Lord Jesus. But I'm just saying all these things. And then you got TV media. You're trying to have a relationships like the people you see on TV, and they only showing you the highlight. They don't show you the whole reel. You only seeing the highlight. You only seeing 45 minutes of their love affair, or 30 minutes of it, or 20 minutes of it. And then what happens after that? They don't show you that part. Okay? You know, and so we got to look at all this stuff that's feeding into us and building our womb. what you watching, what you really believing in. All that stuff feeds into you and makes your wound fester. It makes you not like yourself. It makes you think you're doing it wrong. It makes you think you're never going to be good enough, okay? But the ready woman is a new code. She's a new code. And that's what we're introducing, a new code. So here's, now that you know all of that stuff has to be done away with. You work through this week getting rid of all that stuff. But I just wanted to bring depth to how that wound gets so big and just take hold of you. Now we got to heal that thing real good. And how you heal it, like I said, you have to starve it. So you have to come from a new code. You have to create a new DNA. Okay? A new DNA. So in order to do that, you have to be bold and intentional. Bold and intentional. So moving to the next thing, we have SAG. This tonight, before tomorrow, before your next assignment tomorrow, I want you to create your SAG. Your SAG stands for your sexy, audacious goal. It didn't say goals. We ain't got but 21 days. We can't rebuild a whole house in 21 days. Now we got less than that. You know, we're in week 2. But your sexy, audacious goal. Your sexy, audacious goal has to deal with these 3 things. Am I safe? Am I loved? Am I significant? What can you manifest in yourself or manifest to you in order to prove to yourself without a man or without a partner that you're safe, you're loved, and you're significant? You got to think long and hard on this, because this is your new code you're going into. This is the new code. All this old code was wrapped around those 3 things. Am I right? The old wounded code was wrapped around not feeling safe, not feeling loved, not feeling significant, like you bad or you were good enough. So now that you know that, the fastest way to bring that partner in, the fastest way to feel good about yourself, the fastest way to be that bliss bitch, okay, that bliss bitch, right? The fastest way is to get to a goal before this 21 days is over that shows you that you're safe, that you're loved, and that you're significant. So you got to figure out what goal can you manifest to prove that. Okay? What goal, what sexy, audacious goal can you manifest to prove that you're safe, you're loved, and you're significant? Now, manifest means abracadabra. It just means it just happens and you don't even know how to explain it. It just happens. Let me give you an example of abracadabra. Okay, I saw, I never know how to get to the chat. I just saw somebody put something in the chat. I'll figure out how to get to the chat. I don't know how to get it to. Oh, okay, you have to go down there to get to it. Okay, let's see. Wow, you're so right. Can you give us an example? Okay, so a sexy, audacious goal. One of the sexy, audacious goals, I'm gonna give an example. I'm doing that right now. So my sexy, audacious goal that I set, because I've done this 3 times. This is my third, with you guys, it's my 3rd time. So I kind of already know my own stuff. So I'll be kind of ahead of y'all. But this time, before I set money goals and all kind of stuff like that, I manifested my penthouse that I live in. I manifested my car that I drive, all of that stuff. So what else did I manifest? Oh, I manifested like $3,000 and more clients, all that kind of stuff. I had money goals then. But this time, I had to manifest a goal within my marriage, because I literally was wrecking my marriage, literally wrecking my marriage. What does that mean? I was being narcissistic. I was making everything about me, to the point where my husband was like, I can't do this. So he left. Now I'm being transparent. And I started, spiraling down. I started spiraling down. And I started making it about you dirty dog, you didn't love me, you didn't, just doing all of that stuff. And so every time he would try, I would come up with some type of way to sabotage it. That ain't good enough. Like, I'm the damn queen. Like, go back, you peasant. That's not good enough. That was my attitude. I can manifest more men, and I did a whole bunch. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all can manifest men all day long. Plenty of fish in the sea. Some of them probably was my boyfriends, okay? And I can give them to y'all if y'all want them. But I'm just being honest. There's no shortage of men when you know who you are. So what I did was, I have this ability that I can manifest what I want. But after a while, you get comfortable and you slide back into your old ways. And that's what was killing me. I was making everything about me. And because my husband has a quiet nature, I took quiet for weak. And he's not weak. He just has a quiet nature. So make a long story short, I knew that I wanted my marriage, and I really wanted it. But I didn't want to forgive him for leaving. I didn't want to do all this. I was with you, Orletha. That's why I already know. When I speak from experience. I ain't read no book. I speak from experience. I didn't want that. So it was so funny. I started talking to Nicole, and I talked to one of my other best friends, Jay. And I was telling him, I said, you know what? I do think I want to fight for my marriage. I think I do. And I started getting real and at my altar, and I started meditating, and I just started saying, what can I do to make this man do right? It's all about him, right? Make him do right. And then that's when I realized that I was the asshole. I had to trace it all the way back. I saw some emails that I had sent him. They were so terrible. And I started crying, and I felt shamed. And then I called Nicole, like, Nicole, I'm the asshole. I am the asshole in this. So my sexy, audacious goal was fix me in a way. Let me be dedicated to you, God. And as you're fixing me, allow my husband to have open arms and come back and be ready to work out our stuff. And I lied to you not. I lied to you not. I started balancing my chakras, getting myself, doing the things I'm asking you guys to do. And I was praying and meditating. And that night, my husband, I had just told Jay and Nicole the day before. That night, my husband texted me and was like, I want to come on your live. I want to talk to you. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't reach out to him. He's feeling my energy changing, and he's reaching out to me. So I continue to work on me. I'm continuing working through this 21-day process. And yesterday for our anniversary, it was so magical, so beautiful. And I was able to just be a big girl and be like, I was the asshole. And I apologize. And a wise woman builds her house. And I was tearing it down before I could get it built. And that brought tears to his eyes. I told you I did the Janet Jackson cry. And he was just like, baby, we're going to get this together. He said, I love you so deep. And I said, I love you so deep. And we just talked and talked. It was just beautiful. And then he's like, when you're ready to come, you come. I was like, oh my God, this work is beautiful. So that's an example. I'm saved, I'm loved, I'm significant. I didn't have to pick up the phone. I didn't have to dial his number. I didn't have to beg. I didn't have to, be desperate. I didn't have to do any of that. I got really real with me and my wounds. And what I want to say is, and we'll talk about this later, I mean, if you guys join the G Spot, living from that fantasy. I had a fantasy. I was living in a fantasy. And I wanted him to go along with my fantasy. He was like, I'm not going along with that. I'm the man of this house. So it's important to have your SAG, your sexy, audacious goal, to let you know I'm safe, and you have to manifest it. So I manifested that. How in the world did he know I was working on myself and I was ready and I was open and I had forgiven myself and I wanted forgiveness from him? How did he know that? It's energy. That's how powerful this is. That's what I'm telling you. If you do this work, your soulmate can't help but show up. Can't help but show up. It's so beautiful. And I know some chats, some people said this. Okay, let's see what we're saying here. Can you give me some? Wow, so amazing, beautiful. Yeah, so I'm being transparent. I have an amazing husband. He has been kind and patient, never said a bad word to me, never hollered at me, never raised his hand to me. He ain't never done none of that. Being consistent, he still pays for the phone bills and all of that stuff. He still was treating me right, even though I was the asshole. So that's a sexy, audacious goal. Is that clear what I mean by a sexy, audacious goal? It's just about, I think what it's about more is, are you opened and balanced enough and sincere, committed, and what was the other one? Convicted enough that whatever you're asking for, it shows up. And it doesn't take long. There's a scripture that says before you pray, he's already answered. So it's believing that. Are you in that space that whatever you want, whatever that goal is, it's just going to manifest? Okay? So what I wanted was healing between me and my husband. And I got it even before this was up. And then as a byproduct, what I wanted to share was, of course, money started flowing to me. Money is flowing to me and unexpected income. I got a email from some foundation that says, we know that you are a Black business owner and we just deposited $100 in your PayPal account for the COVID something, something, blah, 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 blah. I mean, this work works, but you gotta not, what I say, don't drop out. Don't drop out, okay? So your sexy, audacious goal, does everybody understand a sexy, audacious goal? Say yes in the chat room. If you don't, tell me and I'll try to find another example. Yes, Elaine says yes. Orletha says yes. Yes, I've been noticing a difference in myself and the circumstances around me since doing this work. Good, Major Glam. Good, good, good. Good. Major Glam said yes. Everybody says yes. Okay. Because all you want to know, and that just let me know the universe hears me. I want to feel safe. I want to feel loved. I feel significant. And he used my husband to show me, yes, you are all of those things. But I didn't have to go chase for it. I drew it to me. That's how powerful you are as a woman. The essence of a woman, you draw it to you. And this is what they would call witchcraft back in the day. I think I tried to tell you guys that on the orientation. This would be considered witchcraft because us as a woman, we're powerful like that. My husband is beguiled. He's bewitched. He loves his wife. And so when I use my power, he summons. He summons. And that's the other way you know that's your soulmate as well. Because he feels you. He feels you energetically. He's in California. I'm here in Georgia. He feels me. Does that make sense? If you understand, say yes. Yes. Itasha says yes. Elaine says yes. Nicole says yes. That's what women were getting killed for, having these powers that I'm trying to show you, the manifestation powers, that when you are in alignment, your chakras are balanced, you're loving, kind, using wisdom and patience, you call things to you. Now, unfortunately, some people use it to call darkness. You know, some people would be like, you know, I want this fool to die or suffer or whatever. That's not what we're using it for. We're using it to be in bliss, to better our lives, to have our birthright. Does that make sense? Okay, Treva said yes. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. So you are going to work on your SAG, okay? And your SAG is going to show you, and it's going to show as proof that you are able to date and to love, okay? So now this is the last part. Now, raise your vibe, habits, rituals, and balance, okay? This is how you raise your vibes. New habits, new rituals, new balance, okay? So it's about, number one, it's about healing. Number one is healing. We already did that last week. Number two is vision. Number three is belief. Number four is new skills. Number five is put into action. Number six is get your partner, or whatever it is that you came here to manifest. Everybody didn't come here to try to manifest love, but whatever you came here to manifest, this is what we got to work on. Your healing, which we did week 1, vision, belief, new skills, put it all into action, and then get your partner, all right? So your new habits and your new rituals will raise your vibe. So now what we're going into is, let's see. Okay, here we go. Week 2 is about being naked and unashamed. All right, naked and unashamed. This is week 2, naked and unashamed. So this is your week ahead. We're going to talk about the angel diet. You're going to need to like start getting your green vegetables and different things like that stocked in your refrigerator and stuff, because I believe the angel diet may be tomorrow, but you have a couple of days to work it out. Okay, so we're going to talk about the angel diet. So here's what has to happen. Now that you removed all of this stuff, the wound and how the wound was swelling up in you, now that you remove that, you're empty, hollow shell. So now we have to fill the empty, hollow shell with everything that allows you to manifest, everything that allows you to be able to work with the opposite side as a ready woman in your virtues. So this is how you start to get discipline and get yourself in alignment with your higher calling, with your soulmate, with yourself. This is how you do it. So I'm going to teach you the right way according to how you're made up to eat. I'm going to teach you the right way to move. And some people call it exercise, but I'm going to call it movement. And then I'm going to teach you how to balance your chakras, okay? So that's what's going to happen this week. And this is going to be your new habits, your new rituals that's going to bring balance to your body so that you can raise your vibe, okay? So this week, Naked and Unashamed is all about raising your vibe. It's all about no longer having body shame. It's no longer fighting with yourself because you get on the treadmill for 2 weeks and then all of a sudden you just quit because you lose one day and now you don't go again. Fighting with yourself because you used to jog, but now your knee hurt. Now you hate yourself because you can't jog like you used to. All of that stuff. We're going to stop fighting with ourselves. Like Monica was saying, we don't know that we're hurting ourselves, but all those little things we do it, binge eating, all of that stuff, not putting the right thing in us, and not doing it right, not having the wisdom on how to do it right for us, okay? Different people can do things differently, but for us, we have to do it a certain way so that we can maintain balance. And being conscious of that. So we are going to fill ourselves up, balance ourselves, and move ourselves this week so we are able to look in the mirror and not be ashamed. We are able to not be ashamed. And like Treva was saying, how you get mad at yourself and you start talking down to yourself. We are learning a new way so we can stop failing ourselves, because we fail ourselves because nobody teaches us what's right for us, okay? So that's what this week is about. And also, this is called root work. Everybody, from what I saw on y'all chakras, your chakra test, everybody root was either completely negative or it was just open. So now I'm giving you terminology that you heard, but you heard it in a negative concept. When you heard root work before, you was thinking of them people in Louisiana and all of that stuff. They do root work. It's so crazy how society gives a negative connotation to everything. Really, what root work is, the reason why you all are negative in that area or just barely open, and notice there's no activity, is root work goes back to, let me do this. Root work goes back to the basis of you feeling safe, loved, and significant. When you don't feel safe, loved, and significant, you have no foundation. You are not close to the earth. You don't understand how things orbit and work around you. You don't understand that this herbs do this and those herbs do that. You don't understand that you should be walking outside with no shoes on so that it helps you have a better foundation. You don't understand that. Some of you, your parents say, get in here running around outside with no shoes on. You were naturally doing root work and didn't know it, because that is your way to pull from the earth your spirit and pull it up through your body. It was balancing your chakras. And you didn't know that. But as a kid, you used to love running barefooted through the grass and stuff like that. That's root work. You are helping your root chakra build a stable foundation. Now, here's the thing. When there is no stable foundation in your root, the rest of you is going to be off kilter, because everything starts from the foundation. If your foundation ain't stable, your love ain't going to be stable, your money ain't going to be stable, your self-esteem ain't going to be stable. Nothing is going to be stable if your root chakra is not balanced. It's not active, okay? You're going to constantly have fears and stuff like that. You're going to constantly talk down to you because you have no root. So we're going to be doing root work this week, all right? So now that you've heard it in a positive light, that's what root work is. It's being so intuitive about what your body needs to stay balanced, stay happy, stay healthy. That's root work, okay? Because a sick body can't manifest. A sick body, a sick temple can't manifest. A sick body or temple can't keep what it manifests. If it does manifest, it can't. That's why we had to learn that whole thing where the scripture says touch and agree. We have to touch and agree because we need energy from other people, because I'm broken. I'm out of balance. If I'm broken and out of balance, how do I help you? I can't. So we have to touch and agree. And that's why it's powerful for all of us to be in this together, because guess what? Even though I'm manifesting the healing in my relationship, guess what's also happening? Because you guys are healing, your energy is flowing to me and my energy is flowing to you. When 2 or 3 are gathered together, I'm in the midst. What's in the midst? This powerful energy of love, of security, of attraction. Everything that God is, it's in the midst. And it's even magnified. It multiplies, okay? So we're going to be doing root work this week. And I think I just saw some more people in the chat saying something in the chat. Okay, wait a minute. It's going too fast. Okay. Any questions right now? Any questions? Y'all get this? Okay, I got the chat. Let's see, chat room. Grounding. Yes, Itasha, grounding. Yes, Treva, grounding. We need to be grounded. We ain't grounded. We running around being narcissistic and floating around. Just going from here and there. Do y'all know, and I know Nicole gonna kill me, but that's really bipolar, right? You just flowing from one way and you don't have nothing grounding you. You just going this way, up, down, wherever the wind blows you, that's where you are. You are not grounded. So we got to get grounded, and not only grounded, but we need to be actively grounded. That's where you become powerful, because that's when you can stand still and know that you know that you know Woo! Okay? I don't gotta wonder if I'm too big to have a man. Hell no, because I'm grounded. I know that I know that I know. You might ain't got a man, but I got a man because I do root work. Which I know how to get my bliss on and manifest some stuff. I don't know what you over there doing, what statistics you reading. I was telling them yesterday, you either gonna believe the statistics or you gonna believe, have faith in what you're working on. You gotta be committed, convinced, convicted. And if you ain't there, you can't do the root work. You can't be a witch. All right? Okay. So there's no questions, and I'll have another Q&A. So here's the next step, guys. This is designed to clear away and to get you in a place where you can manifest. But the G-Spot, and some people already joined the G-Spot that are here with us, but this was a bonus. But what I really want everybody to do is make sure the next step is the G-Spot, and orientation is tomorrow. What is the G-Spot? It's about becoming desire-wise in your dating. So this is where I actually help you with dating. This is where I help you with your online profiles. This is where we get into nothing but dating and relationships and pulling in the right one, pulling in your soulmate. So I want to make sure that you guys are move over into the G-Spot so that we can continue to work. Like I was telling Elaine, don't stop right here at what I would call elementary school. Let's go ahead and graduate from high school and then get our master's and our PhD so that you can really have and entertain that soulmate and that blissful relationship. So that's what the G-Spot. The G-Spot is all about dating and love. It's about communication. It's about how to date, how to, moving from offline to online. And when you meet in public, how to flirt, how to be real sensual, all that stuff. That's what the G-Spot is, okay? And it has a monthly curriculum and all of that stuff. You can go fast, you can go slow. But I work with you every month. We come together for our class. We have a class like what we're doing now. We have a class every month, and the class is always leaning upon what people are struggling with in the G-Spot, or maybe just what I'm hearing in the group, what people are dealing with, and then I'll create a class around it. So we have a class, and then on top of that, we have another class that's just coaching. You come to me, like we're in a group, and I'll pick a few people, and I'm coaching you. I'm telling you what you should do, what you shouldn't be doing, or yes, you're right, trust yourself, whatever. You need to work more on your beauty, or you need to work more on your significance. So stuff like that. So I want you to make sure you join the G-Spot. We have our orientation for the G-Spot tomorrow, so I want you to get it live. So please, please, please consider joining the G-Spot for the next step. And for everybody that joins the G-Spot, your bonus, so like I said, people who joined the G-Spot, their bonus was this program. So they got 2 programs in one. But for everybody who joins the G-Spot this week, your bonus is you're going to get a free ticket to the I Am Enough virtual experience. It's a 2-day I guess you would say virtual kind of conference. I Am Enough. And what I do at the end of the conference is we have a speed dating. So it's an opportunity for everybody that's been in the G-Spot and gone through this bliss course, this bliss activation course, to be able to try it and see if, the guys we pick out, and a lot of times when we pick out these guys, we do pick them out with a specific clients in mind to see if we were right about who we tried to put together. But part of this, I Am Enough, and you'll see the stuff for I Am Enough this week, because we're working on that now to get it out this week. But there will be a online DJ party and a way that we are going to do online speed dating at the end of the 2 days of I Am Enough. So it's a Friday evening and a Saturday. And so I Am Enough, we're going to be talking about, of course, I'm handling love and dating. And then we got people talking about makeup, dressing, your clothing, your fashion, the style and stuff, your hair. And then we'll have people talking about business. If you're ready to start a business, we're going to be budgeting finances and stuff like that, because you got to have your money ready and know how to handle your money when you meet somebody, because that's always a tricky topic. You know, well, what you got? Well, I got this. What you got? You know what I'm saying? Because even though somebody made 6 figures, but if he got half of it, because he paying for, like I have one client that makes good money, but he also pays for 2 households. He pays for his ex-wife's house plus his child in college, and then he has to pay for his household. So although he make good money, he's, you know, is everywhere, and then he's trying to do a savings. So it's important to be able to talk about budgeting finances when you're dating and when you're thinking about getting married and stuff like that. So it's basically like a relationship conference, but we're just trying to make sure we cover everything that you will have to deal with in a relationship, and if you decide to become committed and be married. So I Am Enough, if you join the Ready Woman, if you join the Ready Woman G Spot, then your ticket is complimentary to I Am Enough. All right, I just want to let you know that. Now, we are at the end. Any Q&A, go ahead and take yourself off of mute, or do I need to take everybody off of mute? Let's see. Let me stop sharing. Oh, I finished on time too. Go, okay, Keisha. Okay, 8 of us on here. That looks good. I'm proud of y'all. Okay, now we are unmuted. Everybody can unmute. If I didn't unmute you, go ahead and unmute. What questions do you have, or what comments do you have for tonight? Etasha, let me hear from you, girl. You over here quiet and looking at us. We looking at you, looking at us. What you got to say, Etasha? We looking at you, looking at us, looking at you.
Basically, what I have to say is that the reason I'm quiet is because I have resisted starting the challenges. And that is actually a pattern for me. Mm-hmm. I am one of those people that will purchase the things that I need to do what I need to do. Mm-hmm. I like that part.
Okay.
But I struggle with the motivation and sometimes just discipline and focus to use the tools that I have acquired. Mm-hmm. So I have to get caught up. I think that I did do the chakra test, and I have thought about what my wounds are, and I have some places to start.
Okay, so you are nibbling. You just nibbling around.
I got some work to do.
You nibbling and picking your food. That's what
I didn't let that deter me from coming tonight.
Yes, and I'm so happy.
That's good.
I'm happy. So I'm going to put 2 people on you. I'm going to put Elaine on you, and I'm going to put Treva on you.
I knew it.
Elaine and Treva, y'all got a new project.
It'll be funny, Tasha, I promise.
Elaine and Treva, y'all make sure y'all get Etasha's information. Etasha,
or it's already on me, or at least. So listen, this is funny. I convinced Orlethea to join. Orlethea is here because of me.
Well, I understand that, but sometimes it takes a new, fresh voice and somebody you don't know to bring you to where you need to be. Because if you didn't start, then Orlethea do her job. So we gotta move Orlethea from that job and put Treva in. We gotta double team you. We're gonna put Treva and Elaine.
I got her started on all of her challenges. Let me tell you that.
Okay. Well, we're gonna let you go, because I know there's somebody, because you like to be in control. So we gonna have to We're gonna release
You did tell
control.
that yourself. You did.
Yeah, like it's control or release it. So we're gonna take control away from you and just let you be and work on your unforgiveness.
Ooh,
So when the class is graduating, you can graduate too, and you ain't still talking about somebody you ain't trying to forgive.
ooh, ooh.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
All right, praise the Lord. All right. Any other questions? Thank you for being honest, Etasha. Thank you so much. And don't worry, Batman and Robin, or Robin and Batman, they're going to be on you, and not on you like to push you, but they're going to be your sisters, because sometimes the load is so heavy and our patterns are so strong that, like Moses, when he was on the mountain and he had to, keep lifting up the staff, he needed Aaron, and who was it? Aaron and Caleb to help him. Was that who it was? Aaron and Caleb to be on each side of him, helping him lift up that staff. So sometimes I recognize that. Like I said, I have Nicole and I have my friend Jay, because sometimes it's heavy. It's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to put Treva and Elaine with you to help you, lift up what seems so heavy and these old patterns that just got a hold on you. We're going to get them, and they're going to try to help that be a little easier, a little simpler for you, okay? And y'all figure, the three of y'all figure out how that's going to go. And y'all ready women, so I know y'all know how to figure it out. All right.
Hey, Nikisha.
Hey, who's that speaking?
This is Asia.
Welcome
It's
to
Major Glam.
Asia.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, love bug?
I'm doing great. So I did have a question.
Okay.
Well, also it's like something I noticed as well since doing this work.
Okay.
So, one thing I noticed with myself is, how I always wanted a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, since doing this work, I feel whole.
Yes, girl. Yes. Yes. You better say it. Oh, you gonna make me speak in tongues, girl. You better testify. She was like, I always wanted to be, but I'm kind of questioning it now. I feel like I don't need nothing. Ain't nothing missing or broken. Girl, you better testify.
That's right.
That is the sign. That is one of the signs that he's definitely coming. See, that's where we got to get to as women.
Okay.
Because you get the goofy guys when you're still empty.
Right.
But when you're full, you get the full guy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Girl, you hit the nail. What did they say? You hit the hammer on the nail or whatever. Woo!
On the head.
I can't believe you got there your first week.
Yeah, like, all right, I'm surprised.
Surprise! Damn!
Yeah, like, I remember, and I was like, because this guy that I talked to before, he was messaging me, and I'm like, why is he, kind of all over me right now? And so as I was messaging him, I'm like, I'm not feeling needy anymore. Like, I feel complete, like I'm good without a relationship. And I'm like, this is the first sign of being healthy. Because I just remember being like that codependent woman,
Girl, oh Lord, I'm about to cry. I got to do that. Oh Lord,
don't cry.
My little Janet Jackson cry. Oh, girl, y'all don't understand.
Yes, it's powerful. It's definitely powerful.
I would love to know, Asia, do you remember which one of your chakras were most open?
I think it was my sacral or my third eye, one of them. No, I think it was my third eye. It was my third eye.
And the reason I asked that question is I wonder which of our chakras are most open or not open affect our ability to the speed in which we progress through this.
I think it's the third eye and the heart.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
why I asked. Yep.
The third eye and the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she gets her root
Nikisha, oh my
chakra,
God.
what'd you say?
Mhm. No, I wanted to tell you when we did that chakra work, right? And I posted in a group about like the heart chakra, and I looked up some affirmations, and I'm like, see the good in others. I'm not finna see the good in others. But
I
then
remember that. I
day,
remember that.
yes, but that day, like, I cried so hard. I'm like, I forgive everybody. I forgive myself. I'm so sorry. And it just, I don't know, like this work is definitely like divine timing right now for my life.
The essence of being a woman.
Mm.
Asia, I am so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
This work. Now look at Etasha. Etasha, you see what Asia just experienced? Don't hold yourself back, baby.
I think
You got this, Etasha. You came here for a breakthrough, and a breakthrough, all you got to do is one thing. Once you get started with one thing, everything else will start to fall in place. You got this, Etasha. Stop thinking about it and just do it. Just do it. Don't think about it.
Tasha's on mute.
Yeah, but I'm watching her. I'm looking at her. I can tell she hears me. You got this. Just start. And once you start, she said, okay, once you start, you're going to be fine. Okay? I want to hear your breakthrough this time next week. Because these 3 weeks going to go by fast. We already going into second week, and then we only got one more week to go. Yeah. Don't waste that $21, even though I enjoyed it. I think I got some gas or something in the car. Don't waste it. Okay? Don't waste it. Don't waste it.
Is Natasha in the Facebook group?
Are you in the Facebook group, Natasha? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just quiet. She looking at all y'all. She cheering y'all on. She in the background cheering y'all.
We're going to find you, girl. We're going to find you.
She in the background clapping for y'all. She gonna stop being a cheerleader and get in the game. Mm-hmm. Okay, beautiful. Yeah. Anybody got anything else? Any questions or anything? Asia, was that it for you?
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, Asia, you hit it, baby. Girl, you gonna be teaching this the next go round.
Look, I would love to.
Girl, that's what I'm saying. I always hire my clients. I always do.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Tanya, all of them. Ursula, that's going to be the G-Spot mentor. They're clients. Oh. Why would I hire somebody from outside? The only reason why I hired Nicole, because we're both social workers and she's an LCSW, and Nicole knows her shit inside, outwards, backwards, and forwards. So that's the reason why I hired Nicole. But everybody else are clients, or past clients, current clients, whatever.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I always hire from within, because what can somebody else come out, tell me about our program and teach y'all something they ain't even went through? What the hell?
Right. Right.
You got no personal conviction about it. You ain't gonna come with your thoughts and your we don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't do that. No. And pretty soon, whatever, we're gonna have a networking thing, an online networker. I got this idea earlier today. We're gonna have a networking thing maybe next week for our graduation little party, so that you all know what each other does and be a resource to each other. Because I'm telling y'all think y'all just on this journey. My clients, they come in waves, groups. They go out and party together. They go and tell each other about their men, and just they best friends, sisters, whatever. That's what I create, a community. Community. And I like to keep it. I mean, I would like to be one of those ones that have thousands and stuff, but I don't think I can handle it, because the way I like to work is like this. I know. That's why I say 21. That's it. Because I like small, intimate gatherings. And people girl, you can speak. You need to be on the platforms. Eventually I'm going to have to do it, but that's not my calling. I can do TV work because I'm talking to the camera. And then I can do this. I like family. That's security for me, having my little family and all y'all sisters. And well, did you talk to Elaine? Elaine, talk to Itasha. Treva, tell Asia. I like doing that. And sometimes everybody be involved in each other's business. Like, they used to come to me, my old group, they would be like, did you hear about Dr. Jarika's man? And I was like, what? No, I remember it was Ursula who got a man that didn't tell me. She said, I didn't want to tell you because I wanted to make sure we past the 90 days. And it was like, I'm the mama, and they was all telling her business. She was like, they get on my nerves. But that's how I created. That's what I created. Because here's the deal. Y'all know some stuff that other people don't know. Yeah. And you're going to be on an inflated kind of feeling, and then people be wanting to bring you down, or you can't even talk to them because they don't get it. So you need a new environment to be able to converse and continue to grow. And that's why this work is important, because whoever was your friends before, they'll still be your friends on a certain level, but you're going to feel like you ain't getting nothing from them. Like, why am I, what are we doing?
Yes. Oh my God.
You don't feel like that. So that's why I encourage you guys to encourage each other in the group, come on these things. And like I said, I'm going to be very intentional about making sure. And if y'all go to the G spot, y'all be together in the G spot. It's like you grow together and you start cheering each other on and all of that stuff. I remember when Jerry got married, everybody was so excited. And then Jerry came back and taught the class, a master class on what she did to get the ring or got married. And they were so shocked she didn't have sex with the man. She was like, I listened to Nikisha. Nope, I did not have sex with him until our wedding night. And now they got a little baby. You know what I'm saying? So they all like, y'all get it. Y'all get it. If y'all stick around, don't be rogue. Don't run away. If you run away.
I do have another question.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if it's a question, but more like a breakthrough.
Okay.
So, I remember watching you on Segmex Live.
On what? Oh, really? Segment? Okay. Where is she?
Yes.
She signed up for, you know what? I'm gonna have to hurt.
She sure did.
She signed up for the program.
She told everybody to sign up.
And she signed up. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to talk to that lady. Okay, go ahead.
But I remember hearing you talk about femininity, and before that, I was still trying to figure out what exactly femininity is. So doing this work, I feel like I'm tapping into my femininity and also learning to be a girl's girl, because I have had a wounded relationship with the women. But now I'm kind of stepping into, being okay with, my feminine side.
Yes, honey. You better let that See, we really talk about that in the G spot too, but you gotta let that little soft, satiny girl out.
Yes.
Because I know when I was talking to my husband yesterday, I was like, yes, baby, I love you too.
So cute.
And stop. I know. Do you remember when we first found each other? That's feminine. It's just soft and pleasurable. You're the opposite of them. They're rough and gruff and you don't want to be like that. Yeah, baby, because this, that, and the other. I can't act like I'll act like y'all with him. That no.
Right.
Yeah.
You should not. You're right.
I'm like, I'm playing in my hair the whole time, doing this. Y'all don't want nothing to me, okay? Y'all don't want nothing. Y'all not serious. So, well, I'm really proud of you, Asia. Asia, are you the one to do the makeup?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Okay. Yep. See, what did I tell you? What did I ask you this week in the group?
You did ask me to, think about, what do you say? Teaching a class in June.
Yep. See, I hire from within. All right. Anybody else? All right. Y'all ain't got nothing. Forever hold your peace. Nothing else? Look at Treva looking like a proud mama sitting up there, smiling all hard. All right. So yes. So if you can go ahead and join the G Spot, I think it's only $37, but it's $37 a month, and you can go as long as you want. But like I said, I hope you all graduate, and let me help you really, really fine tune get in the man. But this program is to get you ready. Like what this program does is what Asia was saying. It is to make you so full and so excited about who you are and naturally unleash that bliss and that sensuality part. Y'all wait till you get to the third week. Y'all think y'all experienced something the first week. This week is balancing, but that third week, whoo, y'all gonna think I lost my mind. So
I did have something.
Okay.
Not really a question, but more of a statement that I had to tell myself.
Okay.
Which was that you know, how the chakra test nearly took me out.
Oh, that was you. That was you,
me.
Treva.
That was me. I had a full-on meltdown over that chakra test.
But chakra test. Okay.
The thing that got me through it was the fact that from the day one, I committed to myself that I was going to do this for myself. And then no matter how hard it was, I was not going to quit.
Not going to quit.
And if you make that commitment to yourself, even if you don't get everything done perfectly, it's okay. Commit to yourself that you're going to do this for yourself.
Yes.
Not something you have to do, but something you want to do as a loving act toward yourself.
Yes. You've been hurting yourself enough. Love on yourself. Yes. Go on, Treva.
And the resistance is probably because the feeling is unfamiliar to do something that's loving towards yourself.
Oh, Treva. My God, my God.
And you know, so if you're not familiar with doing things that are for you and good, then you're going to resist this work. Ooh. But remember that it's for you and not something being done to you.
That's right.
Resistance. Say that again. I'm writing that down, lady. You know I'll be an Instagram post tomorrow.
People, the reason we resist is because it's unfamiliar. The feeling of doing something loving and kind and good for ourselves is unfamiliar. We're used to beating ourselves up. So doing this work, we automatically resist it because the feeling is unfamiliar. It feels like something. It's incongruent with our soul that's been used to operating in a certain way. And so it feels like hard. It feels heavy. It feels like work because it's not what we're used to. But it's the very thing that's here to free us. It's being recorded, remember?
Girl, look at me. I don't play. I keep my here. I'll ask you, Treva, but listen here. This the post tomorrow.
Very thing that's here to free us. And I remind myself of that every day. And that's what got me past the chakra test.
That was real good.
Yeah. When I started flipping out, I'm like, but why am I flipping out? Why?
Oh my God, I'm not perfect. Oh my God, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect.
And it was hard. It was really, really hard for me to reveal all of that. But I knew that I had to for everybody else's sake.
That's so
and for my own sake. You know what I'm saying?
For my own sake. Shit, that was good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So just stay in it for yourself. You don't have to get it perfect. It's okay. This is a journey. It is not a race.
It is not a race.
The only part that's a race is learning the steps. This is 21 days through the steps. Ooh. But the process is a lifelong journey, as Nikisha has just demonstrated for us during this whole conversation.
Yes.
It goes from levels to levels.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I've been doing this every 3 months. I do it every 3 months.
That's smart.
Every 3 months, because I got to. Look, I needed to do it, so I was like, let me invite some other people to do it with me, and I'll just charge them a little fee to do it.
That's smart.
Y'all my accountability partners.
I was just going to say that. It keeps you accountable, right?
Hell yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Put my marriage back together. Hell yeah. Yep. Now I ain't got to take him off all my stuff and act like I... Now I gotta hurry up and find a new boyfriend. I gotta a husband.
Right.
7 years, baby.
So funny.
I love y'all. No more questions. I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Y'all stayed 30 minutes too long.
Oh, did we?
Hanging out. Yes.
Oh, hey, I'm good.
Y'all
with
been
it.
on here on 2 hours. Y'all get off my line. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Caught up tomorrow. Day whatever this day.
8.
Day 8. Day 8 tomorrow. All right, and then we'll be back here the same line next Sunday. Okay.
8 p.m.
Alrighty.
8 p.m. All right. I want to hear some new testimonies.
Okay.
Tasha, hint, hint. All right. Where did Lisa go? She had to go to bed.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
brushing
All
your
right.
teeth.
She had to go
Or
eat,
eating.
brush her teeth or something. Okay.
Oh.
I love y'all. Until we meet or speak, hug yourself for me, and I'll see you soon.